If you are concerned that you will not have enough income to meet your financial needs throughout your retirement years, you are not alone. As you think about your financial situation, you may feel a little anxious and unsure, or your situation may feel overwhelmingly difficult or even impossible. But just because something seems to be impossible does not mean that it is impossible. Now, I'm going to give you several ideas and share some stories of what others have done to turn things around and improve their financial situation. The purpose of sharing these ideas and stories is to get you thinking creatively. The power of creative problem solving should not be underestimated. Now, before I share some of these ideas, I have 4 important prerequisites. Prerequisite number 1 is to be willing to explore a wide range of possibilities. If all you can see are the obstacles before you, and you can see no viable solutions, then you're going to feel stuck and discouraged. To get unstuck will require some out-of-the-box thinking. It will require shifting your focus from the obstacles to the exploration of potential solutions. With a fresh perspective and some determination, you will be free to brainstorm new ideas and discover new solutions. Prerequisite number 2, don't reject or accept ideas quickly. It is really essential to keep an open mind. Give ideas time to marinate and to develop. Ideas that may seem completely implausible for you may grow into surprising, innovative solutions. Rejecting ideas quickly will hinder the creative process. Albert Einstein said, "We cannot solve our problems with the same level of thinking that created them." Prerequisite number 3, remove any self-limiting beliefs. Don't hold yourself back. We are limited only by what we allow ourselves to be limited by. You are not too old, and it is not too late. Prerequisite number 4, brainstorm improvements for both ends of your budget: income and expenses, the inflow and the outflow. Ideally, we want to add additional sources of income to increase our income, but equally important is the managing of our expenses. Be sure to explore creative ideas on both ends of your budget. If you make $1 million before lunch and you spend $1,001 before dinner, you go to bed broke and in debt. Now, I'm going to share with you 3 big income-generating ideas, along with several stories and suggestions. Again, these ideas are just to get you thinking creatively, okay? Big idea number 1, create an accessory dwelling unit, or an ADU. An ADU is a self-contained living space, or a secondary living space located on the same lot as your primary residence. For example, if you have a house with a basement, you may be able to convert the basement into a basement apartment, find a good renter, and establish a new stream of rental income. Affordable housing is in high demand. Another example would be to create an apartment out of a space above your garage, if you have one, or maybe even to convert your garage into a small apartment. If converting a basement or a garage is not a viable option for you, another popular idea is to build a detached tiny home in the backyard. These are sometimes called a guest house or a casita or a backyard cottage. There are many people looking for affordable housing that would be very happy to pay you rent every month. A casita or a backyard cottage can be made very nice and very comfortable. Let's take a quick look at one of these tiny homes. This is a short video clip provided by Minimal Living Concepts, a great company located in Phoenix, Arizona, that specializes in building these tiny homes.
All of our units are built on a concrete slab foundation, fully sealed in this standing seam metal exterior. It's actually a metal roofing material, the same thing that you would see on a lot of new luxury homes that are built with metal roofs. All of our kitchens feature this glass window backsplash in them. All of our units are priced to be as all-inclusive as they could possibly be of a finished unit. Just a pretty normal size but fully livable bathroom that we try to make the most of and make people feel really comfortable in.
I will also provide a link below if you want more information about minimal living concepts. Rental income can be a very welcome additional stream of income in retirement. You can consider long-term rentals or possibly short-term Airbnb rentals that may be more profitable depending upon location and other factors, but something that you could consider. Now, to make an even bigger financial impact, I know people who, instead of renting the basement apartment or casita, they move into the smaller unit themselves so that they can then rent out the larger home for more income. With that method, you are simultaneously increasing your income on one end and decreasing your expenses on the other. I know a single lady that rents out her basement as an apartment. She also has a casita in the backyard and a garage that she converted into a livable space. And she is collecting rent on all 3 units, and she is very much enjoying the rental income. If you consider converting or building an ADU, you want to make sure that it's done properly and safely. The laws vary, so you'll want to check with your local government. In the United States, most municipalities require you to obtain a permit. Big idea number 2, generate additional income with a home-based business. The possibilities really are endless. Remember, it is not too late and you are not too old. Let me share a couple of stories. You may know the story of Anne Mary Robertson Moses. She had a unique career as an artist that didn't start until she was age 78. She had never tried painting before. She had no prior training or experience. She picked up a paintbrush for the very first time at age 78, and she painted every day for the next 23 years. She sold her paintings for extra cash in the beginning, but the demand grew quickly, and she was making thousands of dollars per painting. Her paintings gained international interest and have sold in the millions of dollars. Every one of you, at some point, have probably purchased a product from Duncan Hines. Duncan Hines was a man that retired after a long career as a food critic. He didn't start selling his own line of food products until age 73. You may know the story of Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC. He sold his first KFC franchise at age 65. The company grew incredibly fast, and just 8 years later, by the time he was 73, there were over 600 KFC locations. He sold Kentucky Fried Chicken Corporation for millions of dollars. Now, you don't need a super successful business like these folks. I just want you to see that age is not a reason to limit yourself. Most of you just need some supplemental income to add to your other retirement income and assets. If you feel like your ship has already sailed and you weren't on it, I would say it's time to find a different ship. There are countless opportunities. I would encourage you to not give up. You just need to discover a solution that will work for you. If you don't have any ideas as to what type of home business you could maybe do, consider your strengths. What are you especially good at? What unique experiences have you had that others could learn from? What would you enjoy learning about? What skills would be fun to develop or share? Do you have a hobby that you could turn into a business? You want to brainstorm. Now, let me tell you about my wife and her new home-based business. Tara and I met in college and got married young, and we started our family young. We raised 5 kids, and Tara has always been a stay-at-home mom. She did not finish college, and she has never had a career outside of being a homemaker, which is the ultimate career, right? C.S. Lewis famously said, "The homemaker has the ultimate career. All other careers exist for one purpose only, and that is to support the ultimate career." I love that quote. As our kids grew and we started to approach the empty nester phase of life, Tara found herself with some extra time on her hands. And she has always loved anything that has to do with childbirth and expecting mothers. She has always had an interest in labor and delivery and thought that someday she would consider going back to school to become a labor and delivery nurse. But our oldest daughter graduated from nursing school, and Tara realized that there were some aspects of being a nurse that did not really appeal to her. And so she became a certified birth doula and a certified childbirth educator. And she absolutely loves everything about it. She's self-employed and she is hired directly by expecting mothers and couples. She gets to be an active support to these mothers as they labor and give birth, as well as the anxious fathers. It's incredibly rewarding for her, and she averages about 2 births per month. And she's also, teaching some classes online as well. She is really only working about 4 or 5 days per month, and she's generating additional income, doing something that she's good at and that she thoroughly enjoys. I'll put a link below to her website if you have interest in looking at that. The internet really opens up a ton of possibilities for home-based businesses. Retirees can offer tutoring, consulting services in areas that you're knowledgeable. Maybe it's mathematics, language, science, music, or a million other possible topics. We met a couple at our church that told us how they started an online store unintentionally. One day, the wife was out shopping, and she came across a store that was going out of business and was having a huge going out of business sale. As she was looking at the lower than normal prices, she had the thought, I bet I could sell some of this online and make a profit. So she bought a dozen items and then listed them for sale on eBay. She sold all of the items and made a nice profit. She thought, wow, I think I'd like to do that again. And so she started looking for discounts on items that she thought she could mark up and sell. And as they did this, it just kept growing and growing. And her husband, also who helps now, are making as much money, they said, now in retirement as they were making before retirement with their home-based online store. There was a story in the New York Post about a man that was earning $120,000 per year by walking dogs while the pet owners are away at work. He charges like $20 for a 30-minute walk. And after he had gained about a dozen loyal clients, he was making about $240 per day. He retired as a school teacher and has continued to grow his business by hiring others to take the dogs out each day for a 30-minute walk. Big idea number 3, finding a home-based part-time job. So if having your own home-based business isn't a good fit for you, then maybe a home-based job will be the answer. These days, many companies allow jobs to be done remotely from the comfort of your home. Working is only a burden when you don't enjoy the work. Now, many of you will have Social Security income as a foundational component of your retirement plan. If you are approaching retirement age, you'll want to be sure to have a good Social Security strategy and a good tax strategy. My financial planning team at Martinson Wealth Management offers a professional Social Security analysis and strategy report customized for your specific situation. For more information on that, please visit socialsecuritylane.com. I will also include a link down below. So first and foremost, you want to protect and maximize the income and assets that you already have. And that comes with good financial planning. And then, if additional income is needed, you could consider some of these other income-generating ideas. Again, these ideas and stories in this video are to get you thinking. I'm not suggesting that any of this is easy. They all require hard work, dedication, and a good plan. You have to take the time to do the research and to develop a viable business plan if that is what you want to do. And as a word of caution, be very careful about spending or investing in a business idea that you are unfamiliar with. Make sure you do your homework, consult with skilled professionals before making any investment. Any new business idea should be tested and verified with little to no money if possible. Thank you for liking and sharing these videos. I really do appreciate it. I welcome feedback and comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of the Financial Fast Lane.